6 minutes.
You ever engage in debates with people more informed than you? Like Ethan is a good debater and communicator, but why not talk to more academics on these issues?
Uh-oh.
Because what? No, you're just a shit stirrer who doesn't have any genuine interest in like even examining the way society works.
Oh, of course not. Because if you're not going to just like thoughtlessly agree with every single thing somebody says, you must just be a shitster, of course.
Or maybe an alternative means of organizing society, and you're just like, you just want controversy and drama because it makes it much more palatable to consume for you. Because reading is fucking boring. Thinking is fucking boring. What's not boring is watching one fucking sweaty loser debate another sweaty loser, myself. You know? It's okay, because I think the real sneaky shit there is that, like, when Ethan and I are side by side, a lot of people look at me and go, that guy's insane. But the secondary point of that is looking at Ethan and going, well, that guy's actually very sane. So what does that do? That makes people, especially reactionary weirdos that are...
I can't tell, bro. Some of these comments are like insane. I gained a lot of respect for Hasan during this episode. The dude is patient, not an asshole, and obviously very knowledgeable on a variety of subjects and viewpoints. It's painfully clear after last week's parasocial meltdown that we need more like him. How can you listen to... Oh, nice, ex-Destiny fan. I used to watch a decent amount of Destiny, especially during the pandemic, and if I'm being honest, even when he was debating guys I 100% disagreed with, where I was completely on board with what he was saying, I found those things just plain horrible. Debate bros seem to not understand the nature of truth at all, but instead just come at you with debate bro pervertry and obfuscating tactics. If I talked to people like that in real life, I'd immediately come to the conclusion that they're working so hard to not say the thing they would clearly want to say that they must be hiding something. Like when Hasan is asked about Taiwan, and usually that something is that they are completely full of shit. Why do you want to give that any time of day? Which also, I've got to say, this is why I prefer Ethan with this stuff. An awful lot of the time, he's just clowning on people. People will say that Destiny does this too, but Destiny does this after spending like 90 minutes trying to walk through their debate bro pervertry, whereas Ethan is pretty much opening up with Oil London, if you're so against sexualizing kids, why are you selling mugs of you making the ahigo face? It's funny, it's fair because it's true, and in my opinion, humor and ridicule gets the point across much, much better than the debate bro bullshit. Jesus Christ. Debate perverts. Wait, is this like the new Hasan term? Debate pervertry? Perverts? Debate perverts are incapable of giving a charitable interpretation to anything because it leaves an opportunity to get a dunk in on the table. Like in this conversation, the one clip I saw of Destiny's reaction was when Ethan was asking about how a socialist country would deal with a hypothetical rise in pro-capitalist sentiment. Literally, the second Hasan says the word education, he starts laughing like Hasan just said he's going to round dissidents up and put them at camps. Okay, but he basically said that. Did he not? Hasan calls you a debate pervert. Interesting. Well, I'll just call him a Goomba, because that's what he looks like. He's a Goomba from the Mario movie. Oh, third highest comment. Destiny. Watch the clip? Oh.
Like super far right. Second guess and be a little bit more charitable to Ethan's position. So that dynamic ultimately is a decent one, because I think at the end of the day, it yields positive results by bringing certain people to Ethan's side. And I'm perfectly comfortable with, right-wing reactionary losers being more favorable to Ethan Klein's worldview, because I think that especially in the short term, it's great. Ethan's worldview is awesome. If more Americans felt like he did, we would have a significantly better situation overall.
Why?
Which is precisely the reason why I hate when like even members of my community attack him and go fucking nutty over it.
Like they have been throughout the entire fucking subreddit? Yeah.
It's not a good thing. You need to be a little bit more reasonable and normal. Like Ethan is not like some fucking weird American Enterprise Institute backed right-wing commentator. He deviates away from your worldview. He likes capitalism, but he's ultimately very open-minded. Be charitable. Stop fucking yelling and making all of us look like we're psychos, okay? When people die, due to preventable things like famine and famine-related diseases, 14 million a year under a capitalist organization of the economy globally.
Okay, if you want to say that, if you want to blame every single person that dies under due to famine or whatever to capitalism, that means that you also have to eat that 100 million people died under communist number, right? Does he understand that? That like he's using the same argument that retards use when they say 100 million people died under communism. But you basically you have to, if you're gonna say that every year capitalism's death toll is every single person on the planet that dies due to famine, like what a stupid fucking point.
Those guys are dying because, get wrecked, loser. You should have fucking worked harder. It seems to me like you didn't do capitalism correctly. You should pick yourself up by your bootstraps. Have you thought about picking yourself up by your bootstraps?
Is that what anybody says to people in impoverished countries? Like, what does he think people are starving to death? Does he think people in the United States are starving to death under capitalism? Does he think that people in Germany or France or Italy are starving to death under capitalism? What does he think these people are starving to death at?
When people die due to famine under socialism, well then, of course, that's socialism. What the f*** do you mean? That's the worst thing that could have ever happened. Why did you try doing socialism, you fucking idiot?
I think the issue was that when people talk about people that died in famines under socialism, they talk about people in socialist regimes that died due to starvation. Right? Not that the entire world's deaths are blamed on socialism.
Oh my God. Imagine fucking doing socialism. It's entirely socialism. I keep going back to this guy because he is like everything I fucking despise.
You're just looking at some random
this,
Reddit
by the
comment.
way, is the liberal version of what right-wingers do on a regular basis, which is, well, the guy you just talked to, you didn't know what was going on. Why don't you actually bring someone who knows what's going on? And then I bring another person, and I pull this guy in, I fucking own him, and then someone...
What is Hasan talking about? Hasan avoids debates like the fucking plague. Why is he pretending like he's steamrolling all these like staunch liberal, neoliberal, capitalist advocates? Who is he talking about?
Someone else goes, well, you own that guy, but that guy didn't know what he was doing, so why don't you bring another guy? And it's like, it's the same guy.
How many capitalist people is Hasan debating? Why do you think that people are so quick to hate you when they most probably have not interacted with your content at all? Because they're just seeing like clips or collections, or they're hearing things secondhand from people like Vosh or Hasan, whose like entire livelihood relies on basically misinterpreting opponents as much as possible, right? You have to make the opponent look crazy. That's like part of your goal, basically.
And also, there was no interest in me like owning Ethan or anything like that, which I don't think I did. Okay? It was just a conversation. You are the never-ending blood sport pervert who wants some blood. And because you didn't get that blood, you came in here and wanted to get fucking yelled at so you can clip it, go to whatever subreddit you fucking belong to and be like, look at this guy. Look at how inappropriate he's behaving. I triggered him. Didn't I do right? When in fact, your life didn't get better. You're going to get a couple fucking upvotes, most likely, from other people who are just as sad as you are. And then you're going to move on with your life, not realizing that minor dopamine rush that you got would have been infinitely better if you, I don't know, spent this time more wisely, like working out or doing things that are more productive in your life, asking a girl out or some shit like that. Do you support the Hungarian intervention of 1956? What about panels? USSR, oopsie. Communists would never destabilize an ecosystem. Bro, like, why would I defend that? Like, why are you making the assertion that I do defend that? It's such a fucking idiotic take, especially when, like, this, in and of itself, is, like, he's still talking to himself. He's just doing, like, the anti-communist talking points. Like I'm going to be like, no, it was actually poggers that it happened. Like, what?
He defends it later
on. Like, what's going on here? What's happening here?
There's 2 minutes
Are you
left, or 1 minute
okay?
left in this clip.
Do you have, like, a legitimate mental illness? Are your mental faculties in order? And yeah, we did. I also live in California where we did this as well, by the way, which is, still bad on both sides of that situation, okay? This motherfucker's literally shadowboxing in the chat. Under capitalism, no pollution happens. By the way, I mean, nice. This is partially due to. This is definitely like an issue here is also the Soviet irrigation projects, but like it's not like look at this, look at the years, dude. Like what happened? What happened in like since 2014? How many fucking years have the capitalists had to like fix this
Reminder, this reaction was from some guy asking, hey, it would be cool if you used your knowledge to own the libs.
environmental catastrophe? Like, what are we doing here? So fucking stupid, dude. This is the issue, okay? This is the issue with like fucking debate perverts, you know what I mean?
Debate perverts.
It's like, okay, that's genuinely a fucked up situation, man. I really, you know, thank God capitalism actually fucking ended up fixing the problem, you know? I'm bipolar 1, chill. Oh my God, dude. I don't care. You can be as bipolar as you want. You just can't fucking be weaponizing your bipolarity in the fucking chat then.
Jesus. Just because you wanted Hasan to talk to more educated people, huh?